what we're going to be looking at today is persuasive language and pamphlet, which is a brand new module that we're starting. Did you work? Did you work? So it would be a really nice idea if we kind of start off with a debate where we all have a go.
Yeah, you did, and I was really pleased with that.
I'm begging, he's begging.
Hands up, please. Has anyone got any reactions to that clip?
I'm not moving, man.
Right, well, in which case you'll have to come with me.
Thanks for listening. I hope you take this on board.
Oh, goosebumps. That was brilliant, Joe.
Bingo. There we go.
Over the last year, we've been following newly qualified teacher Helen and progress with her Year 9 English class at the City Academy, Bristol.
Right. Where are we? We are right at the end of my NQT year. Oh, I really wanted to find that blasted music. Hang on. I don't know what to do in which order now. Right, get the poems out. Can I just have a couple of minutes, please, just to sort of lay the tables out and get my head together, because I just can't seem to think properly at the moment. So today is my final observation with the NQT coordinator, so the big one, the one that determines whether I've passed or failed the year. Right. That's going to be a massive team there, isn't it? What I'm worrying about is that I'm putting the responsibility for the learning onto them today. They're leading the exercise, so it really all depends on whether or not they take up the task quick enough, they get themselves motivated, they plan. You know, it's all going to be based on whether or not they can do that in the time. I feel like I've got sandpaper in my mouth. I'm sure I've got swine flu. Honestly, I can't swallow.
Like all NQTs, Helen has been observed at intervals throughout the academic year. For this final observation, Helen's teaching will be assessed by NQT coordinator Lindy Morrison.
I feel thoroughly sick. Okay. For now, can you all just come in and sit where you normally sit, okay? In you come. At the beginning of the NQT year, I felt really insecure. Not because my training was inadequate, but just because I suddenly realised there was so much more that I needed to learn and learn on the job really quickly. So the first term was torture, trying to juggle everything. And then something just clicked. The whole process is just quicker. I don't second guess myself as much. I'm a lot more confident, and I've completely lost the sense of dread that I used to feel upon walking into a classroom. Just feel really at ease with it now.
Okay, today's lesson, we're going to be developing strategies for responding effectively to unseen poetry. So,
we've not really covered poetry that much this year. It's not a massive part of the Year 9 syllabus. So I'm not expecting miracles, I'm just kind of hoping that they'll engage and think about the ideas and be able to make links with what they'll need for next year.
That poem. So what we're going to be trying to do is picking out a common theme. I'm going to show you 4 images in total, okay? So this one, we've got a mouth in a cage. This one, we've got some women with gags tied around their heads. What do these images say to you, okay? Anything that pops into your head, off you go. This is supposed to be a very, very quick task. Get it written down, please, boys. Hold up your boards now, please. Ooh, interesting. Controlled, captured. What's that relating to?
They've got gags on, so they've been told that they can't speak.
Excellent.
I like using mini whiteboards because it's a really easy way to get feedback across the board. Some subjects use them a lot more than in English, but I think the kids really like using them. It's fun and informative.
Same process, I just want you to think about what they say to you, and then we're going to make a link between all 4, and we're going to try and hypothesise and find a theme.
We're not in the middle of any kind of scheme of work, so this whole unit that I'm doing on feminist writing is just something that I designed myself. I think it's easier when you're observed and you're in the middle of a scheme of work. It just feels more logical sometimes. When it's just your own idea that you have to generate yourself, there's more room for self-doubt. And I think that can translate when you're teaching it.
Excellent. What kind of poetry might we be looking at today? What may the themes be based on what we've looked at in the images? Yes, Chloe.
Women can't get heard.
That a woman can't... it's about women and women not being heard.
Yeah, they can't express.
Fab. Now, on your desks, you have A3 paper. You've got scrap paper to scribble some ideas on. You are going to have a poem per team. We've got Still I Rise, and we've got Aunt Jennifer's Tigers, Maya Angelou. Right then, you've got 20 minutes to present me something on that poem.
No, because it says Uncle's Wedding.
So, what are your strategies? What are your strategies? You're in an exam, you've never seen this before. What are you going to do? You'd panic. Don't panic.
I would read through it.
Okay.
Take it line by line. Look at the words that I don't know what it means.
Yes.
And think of what different things might mean.
Joe, right this minute, you're not including.
The leap from, I think it's the maximum hours teaching you have in your teacher training year is 15, and then you go to full-time teaching pretty much 90%. And I found that completely bewildering for the first few weeks. I was just like running around with boxes and sweating and just like, oh my God. Actually, it's fine now. Just get used to it, I think. It's fine.
2, 1. Stop what you're doing, please. I've been around every table. I'm really, really impressed with the way that you've approached this task. We're going to go around the room. Let's go for you guys.
She uses a lot of repetition in the poem to prove her point and to connect with the female power.
Okay. Example of the main line that she repeats.
I rise.
I rise. Absolutely excellent. Okay. Aiken, Connor, Joe, Patrick's team.
I think it's about a woman that's basically scared of her husband and sort of tigers not being scared of men and thinks when she sort of dies, the tigers will live on and basically not be scared of men.
She likes tigers because tigers are not scared of men. That's a really complex way of looking at it. I'm really impressed by that. That's brilliant. Okay, girls, very quickly, come on.
They're a really good class, and they always have been, but they used to be very, very chatty at the beginning of the year.
And let's make the right decisions here.
I'm not moving, man.
Right, well, in which case you'll have to come with me.
I've always enjoyed teaching them, but they've posed challenges along the way. But they've just matured so much over the years, so now I just really enjoy teaching them.
The writer used the repetition to make the girls' team in control.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. I want each of you on your whiteboard to write down 3 strategies that you have used in today's lesson. If you don't like the word strategies, we'll call them tips. 3 tips for somebody that's going to analyse an unseen poem. All right, 3, 2, 1. I want you to hold these up for me. Read it. Read the subtext and make sure you understand it. Analyse and read between the lines. Brilliant, Shafka. Use your imagination, visualise. I love these. Okay, as your homework, I've given you another unseen poem, Grown. So I'm going to ask you to leave the room, and as you leave, you're going to take one of these. You've been fantastic today. Thank you very much.
I can see that they're going to do really well next year, and that really just makes me quite proud. I come out of the lesson smiling a lot with that group, I really do, because they're lovely people.
Bye. Right then.
Can I give you the feedback then?
Yeah, shall I come after lunch, Lindy?
That's brilliant.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Bye. Thanks, Lindy. I think we got through it, didn't we? That was my major worry, is that making sure we got through all of it and still had time to kind of do a sort of, albeit rushed, plenary. So no, I think that went quite well. I don't know. I enjoyed myself. So that's kind of, it's the only way I can judge it right now. I'll have a good think about it afterwards, I'm sure, and sort of like try and break it down. But I think it went well. This afternoon I'm going to go and see Lindy as soon as lunch is over and get my final feedback.
they're not going to allow you to film that part because obviously it's my professional development and, you know, I may burst into tears and you don't want to see that. Hello!
How's it going? Yeah, good. I've just had my final observation from Lindy this morning. I know. She'll go through in detail what she liked, what she didn't like, what I need to improve on. Hopefully she'll consider me qualified to continue teaching. For me, you know, you can't really judge learning in one lesson. And as their teacher, I've been really pleased with their progress over a series of lessons, you know, so I'd like to think she enjoyed that lesson. Should we do it? I'm gonna eat and run.
The advice I'd give to an NQT would be just have a bit of confidence in yourself because you wouldn't be there unless you'd done a really good job in your training year. And try not to feel too overwhelmed. Okay. Thanks, Lindy. Bye.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's good. I just need to take my plate down to the reception. Should we go around there and have a chat? Overall, really good feedback, and she was really, you know, complimentary. So it's great. So I passed. That's it. Just relax and kind of start getting my mind into summer mode now, as opposed to sort of work, which would be nice. Hello. All right. Hiya. Hello. All right. Yeah.
Hey. Well done. Well done. There we go. What a result. Yes.
All done.
Well done. Does this mean that we can calm down a bit now?
Yeah, I think so.
Excellent.
It's a nice time to end as well, isn't it, with the summer 2 weeks away?
Yeah, exactly. We still
So-
haven't booked our holiday yet. either.
No, we haven't.
We need to do that. When I watched one of the last episodes of what you're doing here, I mean, I was really, I was taken aback by what you were like, really. I mean, I actually sat back in the sofa because it was like, wow, she can teach, you know. And I never ever see you in that kind of in that setup, you know. Usually you're my wife and you know, you do as I tell you. You're a proper teacher.
Right, what are we going to do then to celebrate?
Things with me and Billy are fabulous. I think he's really pleased that I'm going to have the summer holidays to kind of devote to him.
Hey.
He's, you know, a very important part of my life, and he does get royally neglected during term times.
Mug,
Cheers.
cup even. Cheers.
Have a life outside of teaching, because I think that was missing in my first term. I just think you've got to be careful that you do have a bit of a balance,
You've only had 4.
because it just makes it just makes you a happier person in work, doesn't it? And you don't want to be a miserable teacher. Nobody likes those types of teachers.
Why don't you sit normally? You're sitting in a really weird way.
No, I'm not. I'm really comfortable.
You look weird though.
I've got a bad back at the moment. I don't have to tell you everything.
You genuinely look a bit odd though.
Well, I've been told that by many a person.
Go on, Ollie. Let's have a break and have some chips.